Today I'm going to be testing the Browning BXP in 9mm. Now they only have a 147 grain option at the moment. They may be coming out with some more options. That's still yet to be seen, but I haven't seen much real testing on this, but we're going to go ahead and test it in my winter protocol out of a 4-inch barrel. They're saying it's going to get about 1,000 feet per second out of it, and they say it can reliably penetrate and expand and perform through intermediate barriers. So we're going to test my winter layers, which is basically a Carhartt knockoff, and 2 layers of t-shirt, and I have some t-shirt clumped up here in the back in case it goes all the way through the block, and hopefully we can at least catch it. And then I have a tire that should, you know, hold it if that's not going to hold it. So if that doesn't work, I do have the 92 FS here, 4.9-inch barrel. Hopefully that can give it an extra kick and kind of force it to open. And if that fails, we'll do a bare gel test to see what it looks like expanded at the least. So with that, let's go ahead and get to testing. Okay, now we're going to start off with 3 shots with the Steyr M9A1 4-inch barrel. Let's see how it does. Okay, doesn't look good. Got this one that tumbled partially opened here. As you can see, only a partial opening. And then the other one, it kicked the magazine here, the little brochure, and yeah, it's somewhere. And we had the 3rd shot that went through. I didn't see anything kick up, but holy crap. There we go. There's a 3rd shot. No idea where the 2nd shot went, but no dice. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the 92 FS, and we'll try this again, shall we? Okay, 3 rounds with the 92 FS 4.9-inch. I hope it works. Okay, so we had one that looks like it expanded, and then it just went boop right out of the gel block, and it shot off over that way and landed like over here somewhere. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye hit, and I'm not going to go chase it. So then you had this one that looks like it had expanded, and then it's right there. So here we go, partial expansion, and it was actually stopped by the table. It went down and it partially expanded. Look at that massive expansion. Then you had the first one that barely kicked the block at all, and it went all the way through here, and I stacked up some of these awesome Alaska magazines for the viewer's pleasure, and I, for the life of me, cannot find it. Well, would you look at that? I found it. So, looks like it melted the ballistics gel a little bit. It was basically under the t-shirt, and you can see here, left an imprint on there through all its, through some of its clogged material there, and yeah, 0 expansion, not even really an attempt. So, looks like we're going to use this little extra bit to do a bare gel shot, and hopefully it doesn't hit that round right there. That would just be bad, but we'll just put that there just in case. Okay, so I'm going to do 1 round with the Steyr and 1 with the Beretta. Okay, here's the Steyr shot. It went all this way, and looks like it did open up, but yeah, it bounced back a lot. It's like it tumbled again. Yeah, so the first shot went here, and it went up and hit the tire and came back, bounced around somewhere. It basically fell on the ground somewhere, so I have no idea. But we're gonna go ahead and test the 92 FS now. Okay, 92 FS. Flipped the block over and turned it around so I could have a clear path. Hopefully it works. Okay, look at that out of the 92FS. Look at these wound tracks right here. 4-inch barrel, 4.9-inch barrel. Very interesting. And look at that setback. They are the exact same distance. This one turned around, and this one did too. It's like it was creating a second wound channel. It was tumbling at the end there. This does not seem like a very stable round once it hits the body. I mean, you're seeing all this deviation here. But of course, here's the thing to remember, guys and gals. This is independent testing. I'm doing this with my own clear ballistics, my own guns, and in my own environment. My lot number could be, my lot consistency could be different from yours. Who knows? This is just one example. I've seen other tests where the results were very different. But definitely, no matter what it comes out of, it seems like it does not like heavy clothing. So I couldn't force it open with the Beretta. But let's go ahead and get these things out of here and see how the expansion was. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, pardon my lighting, but here you have the two from the Steyr. This one is from Bare Gel, and this one was the one shot that stayed in the block and didn't deviate. Well, it did deviate, not too much, but enough to kind of block the middle of the track. But as you can see here, I dissected it. And this one is from the M9 on or 92FS out of Bare Gel. So, yeah, I'm not really I don't really care for these results too much, honestly. This is kind of interesting. Not very consistent. I mean, this is all mangled. I mean, this is Bare Gel. It should be performing basically to textbook expansion. Maybe this is textbook. But this just does not seem very uniform, if you will. Now, of course, Browning is new in the game of ammunition, so this might just be, what do you call it? Basically just a growing pain, perhaps. Now, as with the IMI ammunition that I tested earlier, this might be good if you're going on the beach and you need to use it, but I'm kind of worried about the deviation, basically where it turns and just goes away. Now, of course, once it's in the body, it's not really that big of a deal, but if you look at these wound channels here, these are two 12-inch blocks here. So basically, right here is about, 18 inches right here. So it basically rested at 18 inches, but it went to about 20. So those of you who are concerned about that, I'm not one of those who's concerned about that kind of penetration, but that's just something, I guess, to take into account. It's kind of interesting how long the cavity is afterwards, and how it's like there's a separate expansion right here, and you have your initial expansion, then you have another expansion channel right at the resting point. Kind of interesting. So, what do you guys think of the Browning BXP?